everyone, welcome to what is the first episode of the BarberKast. So, probably going to be a bit of a longer introduction than future episodes because I need to talk about myself and what this podcast is about. I've actually not told anyone about this podcast yet, currently as I sit here, just kind of something that I've wanted to do for a while. I've had the idea for a while, the name idea for a while. I've done podcasts before, but time and stuff just kind of got in the way, and the name of my last one was Unfiltered, the Unfiltered podcast, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty much an unfiltered person, but for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kim. The barber in the BarberKast comes from my surname. It's also part of my channel name, so BarberK is my BarberK 3012 or 3012 is actually my main YouTube channel. I had that channel for a very long time. I've had that username for a very long time on online gaming and stuff. Yes, I'm a bit of a gamer, and I came up with it literally as my surname, my first initial, and then my birthday, the 30th of December. There's not much creativity to it, but it's an identity that I've stuck with for a long time, and I think, you know what, I've used it for so long now, we're going to keep it going, hence the name BarberKast. So yeah, we are not a podcast for barbers or hairdressers, unfortunately. I'm only a barber by name, not at all by profession. You do not want me anywhere near your hair. Don't take any hair tips from me. My mum is pretty good, to be fair, but no, not me. But yeah, my name is Kim. I'm a content creator. I have this YouTube channel, unless you're listening on, if I manage to get this on Spotify, I'm not too sure yet what direction I want to take in that aspect. I definitely would like to do a video aspect, which is what we're doing now, and maybe in the future I'll get just audio only up there as well, and something like Spotify could be good. It could be something that's worth getting into and doing. But yeah, I also have two other YouTube channels aside from this one. I've talked about my main one where I play lots of different video games. It is very, very heavily football based. I play a lot of FC. It used to be FIFA, obviously. That was the game I grew up playing, and then it's now transitioned into FC. Play a lot of that on the channel. We live stream that most days, to be fair, but I do try and get other games in there as well. I'm talking Fortnite, I'm talking games like GTA, story games like Life is Strange. Just, I will play a bit of anything. I think that sums me up as a person, as I just come with a lot of variety and randomness, which is great. So obviously I'm a football fan, and yeah, I think that'll definitely be part of these podcasts, but not the whole of what everything is about. The vibe, honestly, randomness, bit of everything. You'll probably gauge from the title, you know, what things are going to be about. But I think for me, it's just a good way to talk about stuff, and to get opinions and stuff out there. And yeah, it's another way for me to produce content that I enjoy doing, just slightly different than playing it, talking about my, you know, just stuff in general over the top of like gameplay and that. You know, it's nice to actually just sit and yeah. And hopefully in the future we'll have guests on the show as well. I used to do a podcast with my best friend, but life gets in the way and it was just so difficult. I mean, it's difficult for us to even arrange to meet up now, let alone to sit and record a podcast together. So it's one of those things. But yeah, I'll try and get an episode of this done each week. That might not always be the case, but I will do my best. And if I do go missing for a bit, I'll come back and catch you up with everything that has been going on. So to check in with you all, everything that I've been up to recently. Some of you will be coming over. I understand we're going to have new viewers here, which is fantastic. The more the merrier. You're all welcome. But as well as that, yeah, it'd be nice to interact with those that do come into my streams as well, and see me kind of like in a different light than just the person that sits there swearing at FIFA all day. yeah, I do also have a vlogging channel as well, which I don't use too often, but whenever I'm up to something, I'm currently doing a house renovation. Because to fit in with what I've been up to recently, we moved house in December, so very, very long process. We had everything accepted in like summertime, so like, you know, everything was, the ball was rolling then, and we didn't move in till, I think my mum said it was like the 4th of December. So yeah, bit of a wait, and probably one of the worst times to like move in as well, because like Christmas was right around the corner. My mum was 50. Probably hate me for saying that on a pod, but hey ho. Yeah, my mum turned 50. So on the 15th of December, and then yeah, literally 10 days later, Christmas Day. 5 days after that, my birthday. It was just mental. We all work full time, so living with us, there's my mum, my stepdad's mum. Then there's myself, my partner, my sister, her partner. Yeah, there's a hell of a lot of us in the house. And also to go with all of those people, we have 4 French bulldogs as well. We got Luna, Malibu, Bella, and Bruce. Yeah, so we have a house full. But the move has just been, moving's just always stressful anyway. But there was a lot of work that needed to be done, and still needs to be done, to the house as well. The only good thing is, like, we're in, I think the walls are painted, like in the main, we're getting our bedrooms right first, and then we can focus on like other areas of the house as well. Obviously I'm sat in my room now, mine and Emily's room. It's all right. Yeah, we've got there in the end. It took time, but there's just like a few little touch ups that we need to do, and then we're pretty much golden, which is good. But super stressful. Like, moving's stressful anyway. And to do it sort of just before Christmas is like just extra stress, you know. But we are starting to settle in, which is great. It's taken time, because it's like, you know, just the build up of everything, like moving, constantly be cleaning, decorating, you know, stripping walls down, taking doors off things, building things back on, cleaning up as you go along with that. And you got the painting, the plastering that's going on now as well. It's like everything to it. But if you are interested in watching that kind of content, like I say, over on my vlogging channel, BarberKast Vlogs, I have a whole playlist of just what I've called the renovation project, our house renovation project, where you can follow everything through there. In the middle of all of that as well, I launched my own clothing line. Again, it's one of them things, like, I just wanted to do, the creative flows were flowing, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, like, we'll do it. We'll just whack piece of logo together. I had an idea in mind for a logo, and my clothing line is called Club 3012. So yeah, we've got a lot of products on there already, which is great, and I'm looking forward to pushing that a little bit more. Admittedly, I've not had time really to push it out there any further than what I have done already. But hopefully, like, new year now, hopefully I can start to push that out there a little bit more, because I think it'll be really good. It'll be really cool to like walk around and just to see other people like wearing, you know, a brand that I've created. I think would be really cool, and it kind of ties in with like having streamer merch as well. But it's not just merch. I took the inspiration from Tom Syndicate, actually. I've got so much love for that guy, like watching his progression. I remember watching him play, he was playing GTA 5, I'm sure, and he was like in a digger, and he drove this like JCB digger, and he was just driving it around, and he was just having the time of his life, and he was popping off, like loads of people were watching him, and I just thought, this guy's a vibe, and I stuck with him. And then found out that he was doing like vlogging content, Life of Tom. So having someone else that was like, yeah, actually I've not made those sort of similarities, but obviously I think he's got like a warm personality. He's a northerner, like he's from like Manchester way, kind of, I think, around there anyway. But having someone like that who's just real, you know, he's just very, very real and very just him. And he like games and then vlogs as well, and he pieces it all together, and it's just, yeah, it's beautiful. And yeah, he has Syndicate Originals. His channel name was Syndicate. He's got Syndicate Original clothing line, which is like, it just ties in with everything that he does, and it's so cool. And yeah, he's a massive inspiration for me and for my channel, and not just my channel, but like my content overall. Like watching him do that, I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. Like, not to copy him or to take anything from him. Like, obviously the design's like purely my own, the branding's purely my own, like, but just seeing his journey and seeing him do all of these different things, it just makes it more real. It makes it seem like it is something that you can achieve, you know, it is something that you can do. And that's what inspired me with the clothing line. Yeah, the clothing line really does mean a lot to me, because it's a chance for me to like have these ideas in my head of like what would make a really cool design, and being able to create that now and put that onto something and have like a physical product of something that I've designed is so cool. Like, it's really, really cool. I love it. But it can be difficult. It can be really draining trying to like juggle the creativity. I like it because it keeps me busy, but I feel like, honestly, sometimes I feel like there's just not enough hours in the day to do everything that I want to do, you know. Like, I work as a supervisor at a pub, so yeah, that's challenging. I'm pretty much full-time, and it's like, it can just be so difficult, like, and that's factored in with, you know, being busy with the house move as well. I didn't really take any time off from work. None of us did. We all work full-time, apart from my stepdad's mum, but she's like 89, so she needs care as well. But yeah, we all work, and it's just, honestly, I feel like I'm finally in sort of come down mode, and I'm still super busy, like doing other bits of content here and there as well. Alright, so I want to move over to the TV corner. I'm going to call segment of this podcast, and first and foremost, quick summary of that, we're going to talk about latest shows. I love my Coronation Street, guys. I don't watch any other soaps, just Corrie. Did used to back in the day. I've watched a bit of Emmerdale, so I know some of the cast from that are still in it, which is mad to see, by the way. Like, I watched the Corriedale crossover. We'll talk about that in a minute. And old school EastEnders as well. Cat Slater, you know the one. But first and foremost, before we talk about the soaps, I'm going to talk about Stranger Things. So me and my partner, we watch everything together. And yeah, we actually, just as the last season of Stranger Things was coming out, we decided to rewatch the whole, like, season 1, like rewatch everything, which is really good. It's actually really good to do. And really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the final season. I actually enjoyed the ending, and I feel like it sparked a lot of controversy. But I think what they've done is, even though it has sort of all ended, there is room for, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but there is room for, I think, it to be revisited in the future. I think the ending was perfect for them to be like, right, you guys can now, you know, we've done this for years now, it's been super successful, because it has. It's been, even if you're not a fan of the show, like, you can't deny the success that the show's had. Like, you see Stranger Things merch everywhere, you know, the Hellfire Club t-shirts and stuff. I think it's done a lot for D&D as well, actually. I've never played D&D. I've always been inquisitive of it, but I've never sat and played it before. But I think it's cool. I think it's such a cool concept. I really like the 80s like theme to it as well. The music in it, I'm a big fan of. And the show, yeah, the show's just been phenomenal. But the success rate of it, I mean, obviously I'm a gamer, I play Fortnite. They had, you know, Stranger Things stuff in Fortnite, and it's that level of just wow is crazy. You've seen Millie Bobby Brown go and do other things as well, but I think with the ending, and like I said, I won't give any spoilers away, I'll try not to, but I think with the ending, it leaves room for them to turn around and say, we've had all this success for years now, we've done really well, let's end it here. You guys can now, like, it's all over, kind of. I'm trying not to throw any spoilers in there. It's all over. You guys go and do what you want, but later on down the line, after you've all gone done this, that and the other, Emily told me actually that Max, I don't know the actress name, I'm shocking with names and that, but apparently Max is linked to going in the Spider-Verse. She's going to play as like Spider-Woman or some Rendetta, some version of Spider-Woman. I could really see her doing that. I think it really suits her really well. But those actors and actresses can go on and go and do whatever they want for a little bit. And then I do think with the way it ended, they could come back and do a one-off thing. They could even do a movie. I think a Stranger Things movie later on down the line would bang. Absolutely would bang. So hopefully that is something that we do get. Onto the soaps then, onto Corrie. I'm all caught up. I fell behind. I think I was about a month behind at one point during like the house move and that. Fell really behind, but caught up with it. I got my mum watching Corrie now, which is great. Me and Emily will be cooking dinner or tea, whatever you call it, in the kitchen, and then we sit and eat in there as well, because that's where like the dogs are, and it's just nice. There's a telly in there, so we'll whack Corrie on like while we're cooking and eating. And my mum comes to sit with us quite a lot because she likes sitting with the dogs. My stepdad's just chilling in the living room watching his shows, but yeah, my mum started watching Corrie and she really, really got into it. So I'm like, yes, I'm converting people to watching Corrie. I'm a Swala fan, big fan of Swala. So probably gonna give spoilers away, but hopefully you're all caught up. Yeah, Swala got back together. Yes, buzzing. They've been through hell. Those two women. They've been through hell and back, like tenfold, I think, actually. So hopefully a nice smooth ride for them now. Probably not going to happen. Doesn't happen for sapphics, does it? In soaps, just doesn't happen. Plain sailing. And a women loves women who love women. WLW. I actually don't know how you say that out loud. I'm always typing it. Relationship. Yeah. Don't go hand in hand with the words plain sailing. So we'll see. Carl, I'm hoping Carl gets caught out. So I tell a lie, actually. I've not watched the latest episode. But I've watched all up until then. I've got the latest episode, and then as I sit and film this on Monday, the 26th of Jan, yeah, I've got Monday's episode. I've got like Fridays and then Monday's episodes basically to watch, but won't take long. I don't mind being like an episode behind, actually. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how that progresses, though. Do you know what's really frustrating about Corrie? And well, not about Corrie, but just in general, I wasn't a fan of Billy, and I actually gave his name Daniel Brocklehurst, I don't know, something like that. I posted on Twitter or X, such a cringe name. It'll always be Twitter to me. I posted on there ages, like probably about 12 months ago actually, that my best friend, not for my birthday just gone, but the birthday before that, she got me and her the Coronation Street experience to go and get a tour of Corrie for my birthday, and I loved it. But if you go on, I can't think of how it works, if you go on certain days you get a member of the cast, right? So I posted on Twitter I really hope I put something like, I swear to God, if when me and Becky go for our tour around Corrie, we get Billy. I can't think of what I said. I thought like there'll be blood on the hands or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Something like that I put, because I couldn't stand Billy's character. He just pissed me off. It was so dull and boring. And then with everything that's happened with Todd and Theo, not Theo at all. Billy's been a bit of an OG. He's been there, and I'm like, come on, Billy, fucking do something about it. Like, obviously, a man of God. He's not exactly gonna go and knock Theo out, is he? But yeah, they killed Billy off. I was like, no, you're finally doing something good. We're finally getting something good out of Billy, and you're fucking killing him off. Like, oh. No, so I was gutted. I felt terrible as well, because I was like, do you know what, Billy's actually alright, and then they killed him off. And yeah, sorry, going back to the tweet, the guy who plays Billy, Daniel whatever, I'm shit with names, I'm so sorry, it's no disrespect at all, he quoted my tweet, and he put something really, it wasn't nasty, he saw the funny side to it, I think. I think he's used to getting, I did see, to be fair, I think he searches like Corrie and Billy or his name and stuff, or it must just come up on his like for you on Twitter. But he does reply to people often that call Billy boring, and he has it. To be fair to him, he got good banter. He gave it me back, and he put, "I'll see you there," with like a smug like smiley emoji. And do you know what? Fair play. Like I actually feel like a bit of a bitch, to be honest. So I owe an apology to Billy from Corrie. There's no chance in hell he'd ever watch this pod, but yeah, some chance he does stumble upon it. I do apologise, and if I've got your name wrong, I'm gonna have to Google his pissing name, because if I've got his name wrong in the apology, I will feel like a terrible person. Daniel Brocklebank, not Brocklehurst. I was so close, but it is Daniel. Daniel, I do apologise for what I said on Twitter. His character just bored me, alright? But then they give him something good, the Todd and Theo, and then bumped him off. Like, come on. But soaps do that, though, don't they? I feel like they do that quite a lot. Yeah, the Debbie thing is really making me angry as well. I love Debbie. I love it. Tracy, my favourite characters, Carla, straight up there. Carla Connor, legend of the street. Just love the Connor Swains, to be honest, all of them. Yeah, it's gotta be all of them. Ryan, I want them to give Ryan some like more good storylines as well. But I think he's very good. Ryan's a good character for what he does, like for how he is, and he's helping catch Carl out as well. Well, he tried to help catch Carl out, because he was saying, I'm gathering proof that, you know, Carl's been stealing from Debbie's business, and he's like, I'm gonna do what I can to, like, once I've got enough evidence, I'm gonna go to the police. That's good. And he's friends with a copper. Auntie Carla's shacked up with a copper. So we could see, you know, Ryan could start that demise of Carl, which, yeah, be good to see. Anyway, Corrie aside, other shows I want to watch. So we're actually watching Handmaid's Tale, but I want to say we're on like season 3, maybe roughly about there. So I won't talk about that until we've finished Handmaid's Tale. I want to watch Fallout as well, the new season of that. I watched the first season, loved it. Obviously, being a gamer, hell yes, I've played Fallout, absolutely loved it. I played Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. I've not played New Vegas. My good friend Matt, if you're watching, hello. Matt's a big fan of Fallout, and I think he was telling me that like New Vegas and one of the others are on Game Pass or something like that. So I might end up doing a playthrough on the main channel of Fallout. But yeah, I love it. I love the series. I really liked how in season 1 there was a lot of, they kept it like they didn't go off from the game. So like there's a lot of references to the games, which was really cool. I love that a lot. It was really good to see. So Yeah, I love how in Fallout it's always about finding someone as well, like in the games. Big yeah, it's a good game, and they've smashed it with the series, and I think that's so hard to do. Like so many times they've done it, and we've all been a bit like, oh, it doesn't happen. No, that's not right. You got that character wrong. But no, I think the actors do a great job. Obviously, the actors are playing as their own characters, but like up until what I've seen anyway. But I think it's more difficult if you're going in the Last of Us TV series. So I've not seen that, but I've heard very mixed things about it. I watched a little bit of it when I was on a plane, actually, when I went to Mexico. I watched quite a bit of it, and I did enjoy it, to be fair, but it's one of them. It was alright, but it wasn't enough to make me want to go back. It's one of them shows I'll probably go back to at some point when I've not really got anything else to watch. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll finally get around to watching that and give it a go, and I probably will enjoy it. Can guarantee I'll enjoy it. But on the contrary of that, I've not actually played the game, which I know is, as a gamer, is very, very frowned upon. I get a lot of stick for it constantly. I'm too much of a wimp, alright, with the zombies and shit. I'm an absolute wimp when it comes to things like that. I played the Telltale games Walking Dead. Those of you who know, you know. And that, like, scared the shit out of me. That's cartoon. It's literally like, sort of like an animated comic book, basically. Kind of like designed to the game. Yeah, it scared me shitless. So, not good times there. But yeah, Fallout is on my list next. Oh, I don't really want to go over this topic this week. Football is depressed, mate. Now, it started off so well for me. I support my local team, Port Vale. We'll talk about them in a minute. I'm also an Arsenal fan. I follow the women's team as well as the men's team. The women got off to a fantastic start. 2-0 win over Chelsea. Come on. Went to Stamford Bridge, stuck it, came away with 3 points. Have that. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Didn't get round to watching the game. What was I doing? Can't think of what I was doing. I was busy with something anyway, because otherwise I'd have whacked the game on for sure. I watch a lot of football at work, with working in a pub, to be honest. I'll always put whatever game I want on. And people are like, can I have this game on instead? I'm like, no, we're watching this. But I can split the screens and that, so sometimes I'll just put like one TV on with the women's football on, and I'll like glance at it every now and then. But yeah, fantastic result. Good to see Mead score. Beth Mead loves a goal against Chelsea, doesn't she? Absolutely. And then Mariona doing what Mariona does. Unreal player. And when you watch Mariona's goal, actually, you think, oh, she's taken too many touches. She's going, she's going off into no man's land with it. And then she scores, and you're like, it's Mariona. Calm, relax. She knows what she's doing, and she does. She's honestly, I think she's so underrated. I really do. I really, really do. She's such a good player, and I've said it before, but she's one of the best buys I think Arsenal women have made in a long time. A long, long time. It's only downhill from here now on my football chat. The men. The women put us up here, and the men just went shoop. Literally. I've no words. We started well. We got the goal, obviously. Great stuff. Love to see it. I was buzzing. I was at work as well. And I honestly, I swear, Arsenal men are cursed when they're on in the pub that I'm working at. Like, if I'm at work and Arsenal men are on TV, I'm sure we have like the worst record. I think last time I worked and we were on was when we drew to Sunderland. Honestly, it's just bad juju, like literally. Oh, it still hurts. I'm recording this the day after. It still hurts, that result against United. I had a bad feeling I had a bad feeling. Sometimes I just feel I can be quite pessimistic. I'm trying not to be, but I can be. But I think with the men, is like it happens every season. I'm like, no, we won't do it. We won't do it. I'm not getting my hopes up. We won't do it. We won't do it. Just enjoy the ride. Oh, we won. Yeah, we won again. Sound, crack on. Like, brilliant. Enjoy the moment. And I'm thinking, like, no, don't get ahead of yourself. We're not there yet. Don't talk about the league yet. Don't talk about it. We've watched Man City drop off. We've watched Liverpool. What even the fuck are Liverpool doing this season, by the way? We've watched Spurs running a mare. United have been United, up until Carrick. It turned into prime pissing Barcelona under Carrick. But yeah, Chelsea have been neither here or there, really. They're all right. They're not as bad as some of the others, but they're still not, Villa have done well, to be fair. But for, like, watching Liverpool have the stinker of a season they've had so far, watching City fall off a bit, I'm like, surely not. Surely not. I'm like, hey, like, could actually do this. On an almighty high after the result against Inter Milan and the performance against Inter Milan as well. Like, well done, boys. Well done, boys. To go to the San Siro, put in a shift like that against a team that made the final of the Champions League last season. To come away from that the way that we did, Gabriel Jesus was loving life. He looked good. Gyökeres got himself on the score sheet. Good finish. Good times. Genuinely good times. To then go and produce what we produced against United. So yeah, we go 1-0 up. Not long later, we make a mistake. I think it was it Zubamendi? Zubs makes a mistake. We make a mistake. United capitalise on it. It's one of them. Come on, lads. We shouldn't be making these mistakes of what have been costing us back when. Was it Ramsdale making the mistakes? Was it against, like, Southampton? And then against, like, West Ham, we made those mistakes when we were top. And then we dropped the points. And then the league was over. That was, yeah. We keep doing it. Like, we just keep... history just keeps repeating itself. But it's like, right, come on, crack back on. Let's get back into it. So, United then score 2-1. What's 2-1, wasn't it? Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, brilliant goal. Phenomenal. That United's last 2 goals, by the way. I haven't got a negative word to say about Man United. Genuinely. Honestly, I can't say a bad word about them for the performance. People are saying, handball this, handball... No, they scored 2 really good goals, and they deserved the win. We didn't even deserve a point from the game. We didn't deserve it. When we equalised, it was Mikel Merino, wasn't it? He should be starting, by the way. Absolutely, I think. I'd go back to starting Merino up top. I really would in the league. Whatever in the Champions League, because that's working at the minute. Whatever we're doing in the Champions League's working. In the league, I'd put Merino up top. Honestly, I would. I'm looking forward to Havertz coming back as well. I will say that. I'm hoping he can just inject new life into that attack, because it needs it. It needs something in terms of in the league. Like I say, Champions League, we've been alright. But it's depressing. It's just frustrating, I think, because... rival fans are waiting for the collapse. The media are waiting for the collapse. And any sign of that collapse happening, both of the media, rival fans, they're on it. They're on it straight away. And that's what's frustrating, because it's like, we're better than it. We are better than it. We're capable of winning that league. This season, we are capable with winning that league. We are our own worst enemy every season. We haven't won the league. If we don't win the league this season, it's not because this team was good, this, that, and the other. It's because we shot ourselves in the foot, because we should be we had the opportunity to go, was it 9 points clear, I think? We bottled that. We drew to Chelsea, I think, wasn't it? It's just, but it's time and time again, and it's like I find it's the same every season. Like, I'm not saying, I'm not writing us off. I'm not, but we need to next league game. We need to start turning things. We need to start taking no shit. Like, seriously, it's like we're afraid to lose. That's the way that we're set up in the league. You know, the last few games, that's what it's felt like. We go out there, not trying to, we're going out there with fear of losing. And it's so, it's just long. It's just getting so long with us now. I don't know what we need. I don't know what the answers are, because those players and Mikel Arteta, they've got us to where we are this season. You know, is this just a bit of a bad patch? I don't know, but could this bad patch cost us the league? Yeah, it could. I think there's question marks now. There's 100% question marks now. I think next, Man City next have got Spurs, right? Spurs are in a catch-22 as far as they're concerned, because I think Frank's on borrowed time. He needs a big win. He needs to defeat a big dog like City to keep his job, I think. And on top of that, on the flip side of that, Spurs aren't going to want to make life easy for us, are they? We've seen it before. So it's just, yeah. I think it's down to the players. Do they want Frank to keep his job? Or are they going to, be thinking, well, the fans aren't going to be happy if we help Arsenal out. But then again, they actually could be in a bit of relegation bother, Tottenham, and they shouldn't be down there. I don't know. But again, though, we shouldn't be relying on other teams to do us a favour. So many teams, to be fair, have done us favour after favour. And it was Everton, wasn't it? Like, and you just, we don't help ourselves. We've got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot, let alone worry about what anyone else is doing. But credit to United, back-to-back wins for them against first and second in the league. I'm not too sure who United have got next, but good luck to their opponents, because they're firing. They are firing away at the minute. They're absolutely flying. They're playing with bags of confidence. I think they're playing with no pressure a bit as well. And at the same time, it's fighting for places under a new manager. Carrick's chilling because he knows he's, at the minute, he's loving life. He's just defeated, the team sitting first and second in the league. He's just defeated those two teams. So either way, it looks good for him. If United go on and appoint someone else, Carrick will get another job, a decent job as well, easily snapped up, because of what he's done in the little time already with United. I think other clubs will be sniffing around and being like, if United aren't going to keep you, pop over here. Do you know what, like, you would do? You'd be daft not to. So, yeah, I think just time will tell, but I really don't want history to repeat itself, but that's how it feels. The media are all over it, the rival fans are all over in it, it's Bottle FC, and it's happening again at the minute, and we've got to make it unhappen, we really, really do. And yeah, we'll see what happens, but as you can see, I'm still wounded, and it only gets downhill from there as well, because my local Port Vale, we had our 150th anniversary. It's been our 150th anniversary season. On the 150th anniversary, we lose, I think it was 3-1 in the end to Exeter at home. Disgusting. Like, the problem is with Vale, is we kept hold of a manager that the players didn't want to play for and didn't believe in for too long. The damage was already done. I feel for the new manager that's come in, because he's got a team. He's inherited a team. It's not his team. He's inherited a team. He's still trying to figure out who's what, where, and where, Like, And he's come into a very negative camp, I imagine. I mean, you look at the results and you can only imagine what the atmosphere is like in that dressing room. We've lost, I think what did Vale this season was losing Talai. He went to Plymouth. And even though we were pretty well compensated for that, don't get me wrong, we then invested it wrong and we bought Devante Cole, he was alright for a few games and he absolutely jack shit since then. Now we've lost Ronan Curtis to Plymouth as well, a really good winger. Again, that's a loss. We brought in a winger from Luton, so we'll see, but we're all but relegated. I hate to be negative, I hate to say that R word, but we're rock bottom of the table. We don't look like getting a point anywhere. The only thing we've got going for us is for some reason we're doing alright in the cup. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's a bit of extra money, bit of extra income for the club, which, you know, teams like Vale need massively. But then again, if it's just going to be invested in the wrong players again, or just in the wrong way, then what's the point? We changed captain as well. I think it was Devante Cole got captain. When your vice captain is literally there playing, the captain's Ben Garrity, then he's out at the minute, and then Connor Hall's your vice captain. I'm not sure if we've got another vice captain, but I think Byers as well as a vice captain, because he's a leader. But to just give it Devante Cole just didn't make any sense. So, bit of questions asked there from the manager, but maybe there's a method to it. There's a reason for it. It's just difficult. It started so well. At least the women are doing all right. Arsenal women have done all right. They're back on the up now. They did lose to United actually in the cup 1-0, but that win over Chelsea was honestly the only thing that could put a smile on my face football wise this weekend. So yeah, well done to the women. Arsenal men need to sort the shit out. Vale, I don't know. I really don't know what to say anymore on a Port Vale perspective. I really don't. I hope they turn things around. I really do. I'm looking forward to. I want to go. Next game I want to go is when we play Luton up here at Vale. I think it's at the end of February actually. Shit. Yeah, it is at the end. I was just thinking, do you know what? I just panicked thinking, oh my god, it's at the end of February. We're at the end of January. Calm down. But yeah, end of Feb. I'll try and make that game. Jack Wilshere in charge. Be interesting to see Jack Wilshere at Vale Park. So I'm gonna go for that, regardless of where we are in the table. It'll just be nice to go to that game. I don't want to waste many of my days, my weekends and that at Vale though, because when I'm speaking to regulars who come in that are Vale fans and they're like, yeah, don't bother going. It's it's not worth it. It's not worth the time. It's freezing. And you've not got a team that's even trying at the minute. I do feel for the new manager who's coming. Whether he's the right answer, I don't know. Whether, you give him, I suppose next season we'll see, but next season we're going to be in League 2, chat. We're going on a League 2 tour again next season. And a lot of work cut out for us, I think. But yeah. Anyway, we'll move on from the negativity, the negative football talk. So another quick one as well, just stuff that's been going on in my life lately. Basically, I had a bit of a situation with my dogs. So I mentioned earlier I've got 4 French bulldogs. Now we've got Luna. I keep going for say Oscar. We lost Oscar. Do you know, he's still there. We got Luna, Malibu, Bruce, and Bella. Now the latter 3, Malibu, Bruce and Bella are all related. So Bruce and Bella are pups that we had from Malibu. She had a litter, and we kept 2 of them because we couldn't part with them at all. Well, we'd lost Oscar, so we'd already talked about getting another another boy. And then Malibu being pregnant, we were like, well, if she has a boy, we'll keep the boy. That was already pretty much, confirmed. And then basically the story with Bella was she'd got like I think it's called a third eyelid. All it is, it looks like a lump in her eye, basically, she had. And it's very tiny. And it's very common in like bulldog breeds. I'm not too sure what it meant. It's just how it grows, but it's a very easy procedure, very simple procedure. They operated on it and it's perfect now. She doesn't have any grief with it. She's really good. And yeah, there was a woman that was interested in Bella, but she decided not to have her, and she didn't exactly mess us about. But because she was hesitant on having Bella, we were like, no, like we're not having that. We're gonna keep Bella. I'll never forget, because I just thought we were keeping Bruce. I didn't know that we were going to keep Bella. It wasn't even like a discussion. But my mum came, I think I was midstream, and my mum came in my room holding Bella, and she was like, this, because we called her Freckle Face, because she's a Merle Frenchie. So she's kind of like a creamy colour with like grey, like bluey grey spots and stuff. But there was two that were Merle. And there was Bella, and then the other Merle we sold. And the other Merle had like more spots, like the spots were bigger, whereas Bella's were a bit smaller. So we called her Freckle Face. We nicknamed them because we weren't keeping, we weren't keeping them. I named Bruce, actually, coming to think of it. Yeah, I named little Brucey. I think me and my mum named him together, but I was like, yeah, I really like the name Bruce. He looks like a Bruce, and he's a little stud. And my mum, walked to my room with Bella. She was like, right, this is Bella. We've named her. I was like, oh, Bella, and she was like, and we're keeping her. And I was like, in my head, I was like, what? Forget the operation. I wasn't putting it. It took me a minute to like click in with what she was saying, and she was like, no, we're keeping her. I was like, oh. I was so happy. I was on stream and I was like, oh my god, we're keeping Bella. Oh, we're keeping Freckle Face and her name's Bella. So yeah, that's my Frenchie story. The story of how we got Malibu and Luna is a bit mad as well. My next door neighbour literally just turned up on our doorstep. His dog just had the pups. And it was like, right, these two have just had the last jabs. Do you want them? And we were like, yeah. And he was like, well, we got them, and we said that what we'd do is we'd have a litter off one of them, and that's what we did. And they could have like, we weren't bothered about the money. We've never been bothered about them. Like, we got 4 dogs for a reason. Do you know what I mean? And we were like, yeah, we'll go halves on the money of like for the litter, and yeah, that's it. And that was honest. He brought them across, and he said, listen, it was his missus actually that brought them across, and it was like, she said, like, I know that with you guys they're gonna go to a good home, because we got Oscar, our other Frenchie, at the time. And then sadly, a couple of years later we lost Oscar. But at that same time, Malibu had just gone to be inseminated. I hate that word, but yeah, it's where they basically make her pregnant. But yeah, it's she had it done like at the vets, because Frenchies struggle to do it the natural way, so they do turkey baster the dog basically. Oh, it's grim. I hate talking about it, but yeah, it's one of them things. But yeah, so Luna and Malibu aren't from the same litter though, even though they both belonged. They had, I think they're like a couple of weeks apart, I think, but they'd gone together to have the jabs and stuff. Because my neighbour does, I think it's his daughter, that like breeds French bulldogs. Well, she breeds dogs, and she only does like one litter, and then so on and so on, because you go to some places now and some people literally just do it for the money, which is wrong, really. It's nice to like get money for doing something like that, like for you know, like, he came across, and to be fair, he, like, even gave us money for just looking after the pups and just doing what we did, which is great. And yeah, it was, you know, it was nice. But it was nice to do that because, like, literally getting paid for looking after a load of puppies, it's not, you know, it's not bad at all. But no, it was good. And yeah, like, so Luna's not related to the other three. And basically Luna she's the alpha. She's a big girl. She's a big beefy girl. She's solid as well. She's not really fat, to be honest. She's pure, like, muscle. She's she's a proper alpha female. She's the leader of the pack, and they've all kind of, like, in the beginning, her and Malibu would, like, squabble because Luna was trying to assert that dominance. Malibu's not that dominant, but she's feisty. She's like little and feisty, Malibu. But yeah, Malibu soon was just like, right, whatever. And then Luna was dominant. And an issue that we've had this sort of, like, last week basically was Luna started being aggressive when it came to food and feeding time with Bella. We looked into it, and it just said, like, just make sure you feed them separately. So we started doing that, and it was really difficult because we've had to keep Luna separate as well. So without any injuries, they love each other as well. They only get aggressive around food when food was involved. So yeah, it's a common thing, and it's because she's the dominant. She wants to control the food. So what we started doing was, yeah, we started to feed them separately, but we did keep Luna away for a bit as well. So Luna's been sleeping up here rather than sleeping with the others together. We kept those three together, which I don't know is the right thing, but touch wood, it seems to have worked, hopefully. But oh god, we've been crying every day because, like, Luna's upset because she wants to be with the others, but then, you know, we've had to give her that cooling off period. But she's just come out of season as well, Luna has, so, like, hormones are spiked, and long story short, we're gonna get a spade and hope that calms things down. But god, it's been so stressful. But if anyone has any tips or advice, please do let me know, because we're not experts, you know, we're really not. But we do our research, and we just do what we can, and we know the dogs as well. So you read stuff and you're like, yeah, it's not gonna work for my dog though. So you have to improvise and do it your way, which is still healthy, but is setting those, like, boundaries and that in play. But it is difficult. It is very difficult. If you've ever experienced anything like that before as well, do let me know. I've heard some stories, some horror stories, to be fair, so I'm very thankful that mine haven't been that bad, but it's still uncomfortable. It's not nice. Like, you know, Luna's kind of, like, branded as a bully, and she's not that. She's a fantastic dog. She's not a nasty dog. She just is very defensive over her food. She's got a bit of food aggression. But yeah, we're hoping that we've hit the nail on the head with it, and we just keep doing what we're doing now. Hopefully it all sort of works out. But yeah, that does conclude the first episode of my podcast. So if you have enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on it if you're watching on YouTube. Also subscribe as well if you happen to be new here today. If you've got any suggestions on who you want us to get on the podcast to chat to, if you want to jump on the podcast yourself to come and chat with, then feel free to do so. All here for it. But you're likely to have some family my family members, not your guys, unless you want that. I don't know, that'd maybe be weird. But yeah, I'm talking, I can get the family on, partner, I could get my best friend on the podcast, some of my friends from the stream, you know, other content creators would be cool as well. Some Arsenal fans, Vale fans maybe. Yeah, let me know if you want to hop on a future episode, then make sure you get in touch. I will leave a link to my socials in the description, or just drop a comment about wanting to get involved, and we'll sort it out. But thank you very much, guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching and listening to this podcast, and I will see you all in what will be episode 2.